Muggy conditions again for our Tuesday. A nice dry day as well, but then we will have rain moving in on Wednesday morning. I'll have a look at that coming up.
Right now at News Channel 6 at 7, an Allendale Fairfax high school senior killed in a shooting just days before graduation. We have reaction. And the Palmetto State is launching a drug investigation across the state. Details on Operation Devil in Disguise as your News at 7 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 7.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dee Griffin. Thanks so much for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with a heartbreaking loss in Allendale. A well-liked high school student shot and killed. Now a local leader is calling for change. Aiken Bureau Chief Sean Kapitstock has more.
Andre Gatson was about to graduate. Folks say he had his whole life ahead of him. I spoke with someone who knew him well and says enough is enough.
I'm very upset. I'm hurt. I'm heartbroken. The city is heartbroken.
70-year-old Andre Gatson, also known as Lil Dre, was a senior at Allendale Fairfax High School. Councilman Marlon Creech, who works at the school as a CDL instructor, saw him often.
Like a kid, he respected by amongst his peers. Really respectful little guy. Man, I'm telling you, he was taking off. He had plans to join the workforce. He was about to graduate.
Gatson was shot and killed early Sunday morning at a home on Butler Street in the Kennedy Park neighborhood. SLED is now investigating. Creech says the call about the shooting brought him to his knees.
Immediately went into prayer. I was heartbroken. I shed a few tears because no one wants to lose a son, a brother, or a loved one due to senseless violence like this right here.
The school district brought in extra support, including grief counseling and law enforcement. Creech says Superintendent Dr. Valerie Cave acted quickly.
She's done a wonderful job of doing that. Anytime she needs to pull off stops, she does that, and it will continue as long as it needs to. I'm sure under her advisement that make sure that the citizens and the kids and the students are safe.
So what's next? Creech says the town is taking steps to stop violence. Still, he knows the solution isn't just about government.
We beg of you to speak up. The anonymous calls. We can talk to the sheriff. We can talk to the deputy chief. Reach out to me, whomever you need to get this information out because this should not go unsolved.
Councilman Creech told me that the town is working on long-term fixes, like getting a new police chief and adding more cameras in high-crime areas. But he can't do it alone. If you see something, say something. In Allendale, I'm Aiken Bureau Chief Sean Kapitstock, WJBF News Channel 6.
Augusta says goodbye to a local legend. Friends and family turning out at Payne College for funeral services for Mr. Jim Dent. Mr. Dent, a professional golfer who won 12 times on the senior tour, started his career as a caddy at Augusta National and the Augusta Country Club. His grandson and Payne College golf coach says Mr. Dent was always positive.
The biggest thing he left is that it's always good. It don't matter what it is. You know, food might not be that great, but it's good. You know, the golf course might be that great, but it's a great golf course. You know, he's always been one to keep it positive. So that's the biggest thing. He always saw the brighter side.
Before passing, Mr. Jim Dent was a big supporter of Augusta National's renovations at the Patch Golf Course, where Mr. Dent played regularly. He was 85 years old, and we really appreciate Mr. Dent and all that he did. He helped my son a lot with his golf game, and we are going to miss Mr. Dent. Thank you to his family for sharing him with the CSRA and the world. Rest in peace, Mr. Jim Dent. Well, time now for a first check of the weather with Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Santi. And it was sort of a cloudy day, but it was really warm, and this headache still won't go away. And I know it's because that what is it?
Stationary front. Yep, it's not moving. It's a stationary front.
And my head is telling me that.
Yep.
And you as well.
Yeah, well, hopefully it'll improve as we go into the end of the week, Dee. We are looking forward to some nice weather headed our way, but in the meantime, we will have a series of fronts coming through, bringing us some chances of rain. Right now on our Terry Limbert Hyundai Skyview cam, things are looking good, though. We do have mostly cloudy skies, and for our almanac, temperatures were near average with a low of 62 and a high of 89. You can see here around the CSRA, we're in those mid to upper 80s, 85 in McCormick Ridgeland 84 in Barnwell, Bamberg at 87, 88 in Swainsboro, and our temperatures are up to 90 now in Wrightsville. That is our hottest spot. We did have a couple other places briefly get to the 90-degree mark today. The heat index is in the 90s pretty much everywhere, so the humidity is high once again, with dew points up to 74 in McCormick. So definitely a lot of moisture in the air, but we are dry for now. All of the strong storms have stayed to our east in the Midlands. Our winds are coming out of the west. We're seeing 3 miles per hour in just Augusta and Aiken. So overall, a nice light breeze today with satellite and radar just showing some clouds passing by. You can see those storms were in Orangeburg earlier. We had a few showers pass through Barnwell over the last hour, but now it's completely quiet. But there's that stalled front I was talking about with D. That is bringing us that chance of some rain today, but the rest of tonight is looking dry. We have this other low pressure system with a cold front out to the west of us, and ahead of that, a lot of active weather, a tornado watch with warnings happening now. But for us, the rest of this evening, the chance of rain and storms continues to decrease, with temperatures going down into the middle 70s by 11 p.m. Looking ahead, another hot and humid day on tap tomorrow. A few showers and storms Wednesday morning, followed by a much needed cool down and some relief from the humidity. I'll have more details on that coming up shortly, but back to you, Dee.
All right, thanks so much. We'll see you in a few minutes. The ACLU in Georgia says with the Senate race and governor's race in 2026, they're looking out for any bills that may impact voters. Archie Seshadri has more. State leaders have just released new details on a massive multi-county drug investigation called Devil in Disguise. Caroline Yaffa spoke with the Attorney General today.
I'm here outside the Richland County Judicial Center, where some of the people arrested in connection with this major statewide drug bust made their first court appearance.
It's been pouring into the interior of the United States, usually coming up through Atlanta, which is a major hub for that type of trafficking operation.
This investigation, known as Devil in Disguise, spans 5 counties and involves 108 defendants. Officials say these individuals were part of a huge drug trafficking operation. They are accused of bringing deadly narcotics into communities across South Carolina.
Making it clear to those who deal fentanyl that you are responsible for your dope. And if you're throwing out hot dope and it kills people, we are going to bring very serious charges against you.
Law enforcement officers we spoke with say it's a statewide crisis, putting lives at risk.
For the cartels out there, for gangs out there who are peddling this poison in South Carolina, look behind me. This is just a fraction of the army that's coming for you. We will come for you, we will get you, and we will put you under the prison if you continue to do this.
Attorney General Alan Wilson says investigators have tracked 540 kilograms of fentanyl, 850 kilograms of cocaine, and 500 kilograms of methamphetamine. He says over $1 million worth of drugs have been seized during the investigation. He says the numbers are historic and frightening, because they are just the ones we know about.
Think of the number of people that could die from these drugs being peddled on our streets. And so this is when people say what keeps you up at night.
To put it into perspective, AG Wilson says just 1 kilogram of fentanyl has the potential to kill 500,000 people. In Columbia, I'm Caroline Yaffa.
Today, Aiken Technical College broke ground on what will be the home of the college's School of Nursing. The 30,000 square foot building will include skills and simulation labs, space for auditorium-style seating, and additional faculty office space. This is a $23 million project. 11 came from the settlement the state of South Carolina received from the SRS settlement.
Right now, we share spaces. We share spaces with other health sciences programs and allied health. It gives us the space that we need to bring in more nurses. We can increase our regular enrollment, therefore help meet the demands of the community.
The collaborative effort of working with our legislative delegation, who were instrumental in getting a large amount of the money for the building for us through the settlement dollars, has been just something that really gave us the opportunity to build this 30,000 square foot facility. It'll be state of the art. It will be something that will also free up space in other buildings for other programs, so we can look at other expansions in healthcare.
Aiken Tech representatives say the new nursing center will be the focal point of the campus and take about 18 months to build. Well, coming up, former President Biden diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. Details about the disease when coverage you can count on continues.
Hey there, Georgia. I'm John Crow with your Cash 3, Cash 4, Georgia 5 evening drives. Try Bojangles crispy hand-breaded bow bites with your favorite sauce today. It's bow time. I'm 8th generation generation watermelon farmer and NASCAR driver, Ross Chastain. And I know a few things about protecting your melon. So when I'm on the farm, fast lane, or the final lap, I always wear my seatbelt. So make sure you and your loved ones buckle up, because that protects your melon.
A message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. The CSRA is full of interesting people and plenty of stunning sights to see. Join Brandon Dawson as he hits the road. Your hometown road trip, Wednesdays at 12:30 on WJBF News Channel 6. You can't always choose the weather, but you can choose your weather app. Go with the most accurate and most trusted, the Live 536 mobile app. Download it today.
Former President Joe Biden has been diagnosed with what is described as an aggressive form of prostate cancer that has spread to his bones. The 82-year-old is reviewing options with his family, though doctors suggest chemotherapy may be ideal. Experts remain optimistic, citing modern advances. Well, we're learning more tonight about what this diagnosis means and how exactly prostate cancer attacks the body. Graham Lee has more details.
Prostate cancer is an unusual growth of cells in a man's prostate, typically impacting males over the age of 40. Health experts at doctors' hospitals say it's diagnosed through a common medical test.
It's diagnosed by a biopsy, like most cancers are, and then that biopsy tissue is reviewed under a microscope, and then the pathologist who's reviewing that assigns it a grade or a Gleason score.
A statement from the former president's office confirms Biden has a Gleason score of 9, meaning it's a very aggressive stage of prostate cancer. Stewart says it's concerning, but the disease is treatable.
We would say it's manageable and it's managed. In some cases, especially in older folks, it can be managed like a chronic disease. And while not necessarily curable, it might not be necessarily life-threatening.
This is Dr. Simpson, Greg Simpson, and that's Dr. Darrell Nettles.
While the Biden family is looking at treatment options, here at home, Reverend Christopher Leslie has been battling the disease for 2 years, getting the diagnosis just days before preaching a sermon.
My sermon topic was, I choose to believe. And it was in that moment that God convicted me. And he said to me that I cannot preach this sermon if I cannot walk my faith.
He's now started an organization called #MenNeedToTalk. He says it's all about giving a voice to other men in the area going through the same struggle.
I want to get us to the point where we don't have to whisper. And it's okay to say, I dealt with prostate cancer, or I have prostate cancer. And when we can remove the shame and remove the fear, then we can get to the victory.
We are going to stay dry the rest of tonight and dry on Tuesday with sunshine as we heat back up into the lower 90s. Then more rain will move in on Wednesday, bringing us a cool down. I'll have your full 546 forecast right after this break.
Every conversation is a connection. We're here to keep you in the moment. From morning walks to community events, we're here to keep you involved.
Life's best moments should be heard, and we're here to make sure you don't miss a thing.
Hearing Associates of South Carolina.
We're here for North Augusta.
Let's settle this.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live 5/6.
Welcome back. Mostly dry conditions for us, but we do have a few pop-up showers in our northern counties. Here's a closer look at that. Tignall and northern Lincoln County seeing some light rain just to the south of McCormick as well, but most of the storms are staying to the east of us today. That's around the Midlands. So here in the CSRA, our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam showing some cloud cover, but not a bad day. It definitely was warm and muggy, but it's been like this over the past several days now, so starting starting to get used to this summer-like heat. 86 degrees, feeling like 91 with a south breeze of just 3 miles per hour. Dew points are high in the lower 70s. Around the CSRA, we have a mix of mid to upper 80s, and Wrightsville still hanging on to that 90-degree mark. You can see here on satellite and radar, we have the clouds passing by. Those lightning strikes that were to the east of us have now faded, with those storms fading away as well, and just a few of those sprinkles in our northern counties. It's all because of this stationary front today that's bringing us enough lift for some shower and storm development, but the majority of the storm activity is well to the west of us along this cold front. That's where there's a tornado watch in effect until the next hour. Then that will likely be extended, and we also have a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings happening now around the plains. Now for us tomorrow, it's going to be starting out in the lower 70s, then we'll climb into the lower 90s, another hot and humid one with rain chances at 0% for Tuesday, up to a 30% chance on Wednesday. The rest of the week looks dry, just a very low chance of rain for our Memorial Day. So for our Wednesday morning, we do have a marginal risk of severe weather, so a very low threat overall. That cold front will be weakening as it moves through our area, but you can see as we head into the overnight hours of Wednesday, that's when this batch of rain will approach, and within this rain, some embedded pockets of heavier showers are possible, along with some thunder and lightning. This will come through by around 8 a.m. on Wednesday. Then the rest of your day looks nice and dry with clearing skies expected. Now, along that cold front, we will have some gusty winds on Wednesday. 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts possible, 25 on Thursday, with cooler and crisper air finally taking back over. Tomorrow, we'll still have dew points in the muggy range at 66. Then we're going down to dew points all the way into the lower 50s on Friday, along with that huge drop in temperatures coming our way from 94 tomorrow down to 80 on Friday and Saturday, back to below average for a nice change of pace. Your Memorial Day weekend looks nearly perfect. We will be climbing back into those middle 80s on Sunday and Monday. Mostly dry, once again, just that slight chance of rain on Memorial Day. But for low temperatures tonight, we'll be in the upper 60s through low 70s, mostly cloudy. Highs tomorrow will be in the lower 90s, so we're keeping it above average for one more day. And then we'll see those temperatures fall into the upper 80s on Wednesday, as we see that 30% chance of rain and storms in the morning. Mostly sunny on Thursday into the weekend. And then as we go into the end of Memorial Day weekend, we'll also have that 20% chance of rain and some slightly higher rain chances as we go into next week, with temperatures staying around average in the 80s, lows back into the 60s after that brief cool down. Now back to you, Dee.
All right, thanks so much. Still ahead, the FBI doubling its reward for information leading to the capture of the 7 remaining inmates who escaped from a New Orleans jail. Details after this break.
A big truck ruined your car and your career. Now the Channel 6. The People's Court, weekday mornings at 10 on News Channel 6.
Hardee's Original Bag. 2 full-size favorites, fries and a drink, just $5.99. Or choose 2 double cheeseburgers for just $1 more. A great big bag of original goodness, just $5.99.
If you have trouble focusing, listening to music can help, but it can't just be anything. Neuroscientists say you should play the same music every day you need to concentrate. Doing so can teach your brain to associate those first few notes with time to focus. Scientists recommend music with a slow to moderate tempo, predictable pitch, and rhythmic structure, as well as the lower levels of chaotic music or noise, like screaming. So don't listen to any hard rock, I guess, or heavy metal or hardcore rap songs or anything like that, because that would, go against the theory, I guess.
No surprise there.
No surprise there. Just call maybe some jazz music or classical.
I love listening to music at all times of the day while I'm building my forecast. Every time I'm in the car. I have to have the radio on. So.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm a big music person all the time.
Me too, same thing.
I wish we had it on here in the studio, just as like constant background noise.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Well, our forecast is showing some pretty nice weather coming our way. We'll be sunny and dry Thursday into Memorial Day weekend with a much needed cool down. The lows will be falling into the mid-50s for a change of pace, but in the meantime, pretty warm and muggy tonight and a hot day tomorrow.
All right, thanks so much, and thank you for joining us on Next News. Continues at 10 on MeTV. Entertainment Tonight is next. Have a great and safe evening.